Hello, good evening, dear aspirants. Good evening to all of you. Let us start our class today. So, during COVID period, we used to assemble at 7:30 every day, every evening, and we have conducted so many classes with respect to our preparation. Anjali Sah, good evening. Yes, you are first to join me today, and it's very nice to see all of you after Holi festival. Today we are here, and our offline class will be starting on 2nd of April, because 1st of April is treated as Fool's Day, so no class. And Raman Kumar, good evening. Yes, Raman, excellent. So today I am going to discuss some important topics related to your prelims examination, and then after I will also elaborate some important points with respect to the mains examination. Dear aspirants, UPSC examinations are going to be conducted this year on 27th of June 2021, but I think as far as top achiever Jasidih's aspirants are concerned, none of you going to appear during this year. So all of you are aspirants with respect to the 2022 UPSC examinations. So you should not think that it's enough time. No, you have to manage the time. The first and foremost thing is that you should every day you should look at the syllabus, the prelims examination syllabus, the syllabus related to the mains examination, and the syllabus related to the personality test, that is interview in general terms. So as far as prelims is concerned, we have GS paper 1 and GS paper 2. Paper 2 is generally known as CSAT, Civil Service Aptitude Test, but there we find only 80 questions, but having 200 marks, so 2.5. And here in GS paper 1, we have 100 questions and the total marks is 200. The difference as far as JPSC and UPSC is concerned, there is no negative marking in JPSC, that is Jharkhand Public Service Commission, but here in UPSC examination, you are liable to be deducted the 1/3 marks while the answer is found incorrect. So I think you all know. As far as syllabus is concerned, the current affairs, national and international importance, history of India, movement, modern India, you may say, ancient India, and then after you will find Constitution of India, international relations, and economy, Indian economy. Then after the science and technology, geography of India and world, that is also their environment, and finally it's current affairs. Most of the questions relate to at least 80 to 85% questions relate to current affairs. This way, that way, they are related with these current affairs. Okay, so you should read at least one newspaper of national standard, that is the Hindu. You might have heard so many times from me or from other successful candidates, you may say successful selected people. So this is must. Then after the NCERT books, I believe that you have started with reading, or you have completed, some of you have completed the NCERT books. Dear aspirants, the most important aspect of this examination is the magazines, the collection of data that should be reliable data, authentic data. The data which are published in the Kurukshetra Yojana are the most authentic, or you may say, in other words, the government data. So that is also very, very important. And if we are talking about the two magazines, then we should not forget India Yearbook. That is also very, very important. India Yearbook. Dear aspirants, with a view to get success in the mains examination, there too uh, you have to go through some standard books. Take for example, polity. Lakshmi Kant is there, and as far as history spectrum books, you should prepare your answers, because there you will find in GS paper 1, GS paper 2, GS paper 3, GS paper 4. These are the four GS papers, and you will find the GS paper 1 history and geography. So you are required to answer almost all questions either in 150 words or 250 words. So you are required to have grip over the subject, grip over the subject matter. So, and you should also develop the writing practice that is required while you are going for the UPSC type of examination. You must express your ideas in lucid, grammatically correct language and appropriate words, the words which are used generally. And this habit you may develop through reading the newspaper, that is the Hindu, because that will come, and it doesn't come in a day or two. Okay, it comes through regular practice, you may say. Consistency is required, and that I say every moment, whenever we meet, either in offline class or online class. So dear aspirants, there this way you should prepare yourself, prepare your mind, be positive, and never think any negativity or negative thoughts, because that should not enter into your mind. Be positive, think positive, maintain good health, that is also required. And if you are preparing for UPSC, close your doors from outer world. It doesn't mean that you should not Google. Yes, that is there. You should read good informative news items like related to COVID-19 or whatever is happening at international arena, and that is also very, very important. Take for example the presidential election in USA. So that was most talked about news. So this way things come during your examination, and you are required to react whenever you are asked to explain the things. So let us start with some interesting topics. The first topic is Yukti, YUKTI 2.0. So are you able to speak? Anjali is with me, Raman is with me. What is Yukti? So if you will find a question in your prelims examination, the question is going to be like this. With respect to government's initiative, Yukti 2.0, consider the following statement. Dear aspirants, I am sure that you are listening to me, and if you have not listened properly, here I am repeating it once again. With respect to government's initiative, Yukti 2.0, consider the following statements, CTFS. So, statement number 1, it is an initiative of Ministry of Skill, Development and Entrepreneurship. Statement number 2, it aims to foster the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in higher education institutions. And statement 3, it is open to Indian and foreign academic institutes who are working on innovation. So, which of the statements given above are correct? A, 2 only, B, 1 and 3 only, C, 2 and 3 only, and D, 1, 2, 3 only. So this way, this is the type of question which is generally asked in the UPSC prelims examination. Now, dear aspirants, let us discuss Yukti. So Yukti 2.0 is an initiative of Ministry of Education, not Ministry of Skill Development. So this way, you should have the information with regard to the initiatives, government initiatives, and the related ministry. So here, statement 1 is incorrect. MOE, Ministry of Education. Angelisa, great. So what is the full form of Yukti? Are you able to speak about? Yes, Yukti, the full form is Young India Combating COVID with Knowledge, Technology, and Innovation. Dear aspirants, you should write in your notebook the full form of Yukti. What is the full form of Yukti? Young India Combating, COMBATING, combating COVID with knowledge, technology, and innovation. So this was launched to monitor, record the efforts and initiative of MHRD. You may say the portal, this is a portal, intends to cover the different dimensions. Raman Kumar, yes, very good. So different dimensions of COVID-19 challenges in a very holistic and comprehensive way. Sushant Saurav, good evening. Yes, Sushant ji, very nice to see you here. Very nice, Sushant. It's 10 minutes late, I think, because we have started at 7:30 as we start. So from 2nd of April, dear aspirants, we are going to start our offline classes. So I'm very much hopeful that everybody will join me at the right time, that is 9 a.m. because nowadays what do you find, just after 10 it's not possible to go out of your residence. So we should finish it earlier, and if it is possible, you should join me at 8:30, but 9 a.m. should be the final time. Okay, we will begin, as we will begin early, we will leave early. So the fixed time should be 8:45, 15 minutes before, and we should start early and we should finish early. So thank you. So we were talking about Yukti, and here YUKTI stands for Young India Combating COVID with Knowledge, Technology, and Innovation. So this was launched by Ministry of Education. You all are right. And what is the aim? The aim and objective is to ensure that students, teachers, and researchers in high educational institutions should get appropriate support to meet requirements needed to advance their technologies and innovations. So this statement 2, it aims to foster the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in higher education institution. This statement is correct. This statement is correct. So now what about the statement number 3? It is open to Indian and foreign academic. So this platform is open for everyone from the Indian academic institutes who has developed a technology or working on an innovation. So and if they are ready for commercialization or pre-commercialized state, so whatsoever, but it is only for Indian academic institution and not for foreign academic institutions. So a statement 3 is not correct. So 1 and 3, okay, both are not correct. So our answer should be A, that is 2 only. So this way, dear aspirants, you have to ensure your practice. And if you are catching my points, okay, the very style of asking questions, this is very, very important, because you all are quite young, and at this stage of your life, you may easily grasp the very requirement of the UPSC examination. Dear aspirants, now let us have another very important questions, and this is also the style of asking questions as far as UPSC examination is concerned. I have brought this question especially for you and especially for Anjali and whosoever is having geography as optional. Geography as optional. CDFS, consider the following countries: not a statement. Here you have to consider the countries: Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and United Arab Emirates. Now I am naming the 5 countries. Number 1, Iran. You may write it in your notebook: Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and United Arab Emirates, UAE. So, which of the countries given above share border with Persian Gulf? Once again, I am going to repeat. Which of the countries given above share border with the Persian Gulf? So, option A, 1, 3, 5 only. Option B, 1, 3, 4, and 5 only. Option C, 2, 3, 5 only. And option D, 1, 2, 3, 5 only. So, I will expect the answer from you, the correct answer, or whatsoever be your answer. Please write in chat box. Let me wait for a while, then I will speak out. So, Persian Gulf, you might have visited in your atlas. Okay, so recently this was in the news because military tensions between Islamic Republic of Iran and their allies and United States of America and their allies in Persian Gulf region started. So the major route of crude oil trade and transport, this is the major Persian Gulf, you may say petroleum Gulf. Persian Gulf should be called petroleum Gulf. So you are not sending your answers. So dear Anjali Sa, Iran, Iraq, SA, UAE, Kuwait. Oh my God. Not Jordan. All are correct. Yes. Raman, very good. And Anjali Sa, you are also correct. Jordan is not correct. So our answer should be D. Our answer should be D. So Persian Gulf is bordered on the north, northeast, and east by Iran. So in this way, this is important. This is an important aspect, because if you will be asked the position of Iran, then you should know that north, northeast, and east. Then southeast and south, Oman and United Arab Emirates. On southwest and west, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and on northwest, Kuwait and Iraq. So Jordan does not border with Persian Gulf. Hence, you may say option 4, Jordan is not correct. So our answer should be D, 1, 2, 3, 5 only. So this way, dear aspirants, you should ensure your practice. Now let us see the government initiatives become most important. It has a place in your prelims examination. Not only prelims examination, dear aspirants, during your mains examination, you will find that government initiatives and most important programs, the schemes being launched by the central ministry, that becomes a part of the question paper, because you see, being a civil servant, you have to conduct and in such a way that and most of the schemes, they relate to agriculture, that is related to farmers. So this way, this is very, very important that you should have clarity regarding the schemes. Take for example, if we are going to talk PMFBY, dear aspirants, please note down PMFBY. This is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. If they are going to ask you a question related to PMFBY, then how the question will be asked? Okay. The central government has recently, the central government has recently revamped Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, PMFBY. Okay. So now to make it more effective in this context, consider the following statement. Statement number 1, the enrollment under the scheme is made voluntary for all farmers. Dear aspirants, these are the fine points related to the scheme. Okay, the initiative of Abhishek Dubey. Good evening. Yes, Abhishek. Very good, Abhishek ji. Good evening. And Saurabh Misra, then Seema, Priyadarshini, Isprihaji, Arya Bharadwaj, Chandni Sarewar. Okay, so many. Then Priyanka Singh. So Anand Kumar ji. Yes, we are missing. So and just you think I'm very much punctual, okay, and I join you in time, but you should also develop the habit of being in time, because if you wish to become a civil servant, you should be punctual, you should be uh, devoted, committed, and dedicated to your duty, to your aim, to your objective, to your task, whatsoever dream you are having. So let us concentrate on this very initiative of the government of India. The enrollment under the scheme is made voluntary for all farmers. We have to examine this statement. Now, the second statement, to protect farmers' interest, there is no limit on center's subsidy. So, subsidy, we are talking about subsidy. Now, the third statement, insurance companies have to spend 0.5% of the total premium collected on information, education, and communication. IEC. IEC stands for information, then education and communication activities. So, which of the statement given above are correct? A 1 and 2 only, B 2 and 3 only, C 1 and 3 only, and D 1, 2, 3 only. So this way, dear aspirants, this is a question. Now we have to examine whether the pre-launched program, that is PMFBY, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, has some changes, some specific changes in this scheme. So it was launched to provide insurance coverage. Dear aspirants, you should, most importantly, you should note it down, and you should also put a diagram and make arrow and write insurance. Okay, just to keep afresh in your mind. So insurance coverage and financial support to the farmers in the event of failure of any of the notified crop as a result of natural calamities, pests, and diseases. So this is the, you may say, frontliner, headliner. So you should keep in mind, and in a single sentence, the theme has been captured. We may derive so many questions, so many MCQs. So this is the typical style of asking questions, dear aspirants, and you should take care of this thing. So coverage, financial support, insurance coverage, financial support. Point number 3, during failure of any notified crop. Mark this word, notified. So, dear aspirants, you should be able to know which crops are notified crops. So, simply reading is not essential. Simply reading is not required. Conceptual understanding is required while you are preparing for UPSC examination. Conceptual understanding. And if you are understanding the concept, then you are able to write the appropriate answer during your mains examination. Dear aspirants, this is Kharif and Rabi. Wonderful. Wonderful, Anjali. I am proud of you. I am proud of my all aspirants. Okay. Dear aspirants, I have thought to make it super 20. But some of the boys and girls, either girls or boys, if they are not able to attend the regular classes at their own will, okay, because you might have a guest, because This coaching institute is absolutely free. But in the market, there are so many coaching institutes which are grabbing huge amount. Take for example, I don't know what is the exact amount. So this way, they may send a spies. They will sit with you for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and all of a sudden they will flee away. Okay, they will they will simply come here to disturb you. So be aware with all these elements because their goal is not to compete. Their goal is to disturb. Their goal is to disturb. But we have to read. We have to continue our studies, having full grip over the preparations. Every moment you should live with UPSC. You have to live with UPSC because there is no test other than the test of success. So, dear aspirants, let us elaborate, describe, examine, and analyze this very FPM-FBY Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So, notified crop, the Anjali has answered. Now, natural calamities and added to this pests and diseases. So, these two things are there. Now, under this scheme, there is uniform premium of 2% to be paid by farmers for all Kharif crops and 1.5% for all Rabi crops. So, both rates are not equal. 2% with respect to Kharif and 1.5 with respect to Rabi. So in case of annual commercial and horticultural crops, the premium is 5%. Balance premium, that is the actuarial rate based on a statistical risk assessment, is paid as subsidy to the companies or shared between center and state on 50-50 basis. It is not 20-80 or say 70-30, 50-50. So this is very, very important, and you should take a note of all these important ingredients, specific features. So in order to ensure more efficient and effective implementation of a scheme, the central government recently has approved the revamping of PMFBY, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, and now until it has been a voluntary scheme only for non-loany farmers, okay, and mandatory for those availing crop loans from banks under the new guidelines. That is why it was in the news. So under new guidelines, and you should go through the guidelines. If you are reading a government scheme, what is the guideline? That is very, very, and through this scheme, who are covered? Which section of society is covered? What I mean to say, the stakeholders. The stakeholders. That is very, very important. And these are the areas to which you should be very, very attentive. Dear aspirants, now here under the new guidelines, the enrollment is made 100% voluntary for all farmers from 2020 Kharif season. So this line is very, very important, from 2020 Kharif season. So this very question, this very discussion is very important with respect to the coming prelims examination on 27th of June. Parsuram Kumar ji, good evening. So let us see what is here. So statement 1, and what was statement 1? The enrollment under the scheme is made voluntary for all farmers. This statement is correct. This statement is correct. So why do I discuss in such a way? Okay, I put questions, then I elaborate it, then I simply analyze it, because analytical view is required. While you are preparing your answers with respect to the mains examination, words are limited. dear aspirants, 150 or 250. So you have to express, okay, in words which are required. Word coining is must. So if you are reading the Hindu newspaper and if you have gone through the lines of India yearbook, certainly you are going to use the government language. That is very simple, very understandable. Okay, that is not literary language. Okay, Romans and countrymen, I have not come to bury Caesar. Okay, I have not come to praise Caesar. Okay, the lines of Mark Antony in Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare. So that is not required. The language should be lucid, grammatically correct, and easy to be to understand by a common man, because you are going to serve the common man. Common man. So that is required from you, dear aspirants. So the changes, the guidelines, that is very, very important. As far as statement 2, to protect farmers' interest, there is no limit on center subsidy. This is not correct. Because under new guidelines, okay, the cabinet has decided a cap. And what is that cap? That cap is 25%, 30% for unirrigated and 25% for irrigated areas crops. So statement 2 is not correct. So as far as statement 3, insurance companies have to spend 0.5%. As far as this statement is correct, this is correct. Because under new guidelines, the insurance companies have to spend 0.5% of the total premium collected on information, education and communication, that is IEC activities. So this way, I think our answer should be C, that is 1 and 3 only. Statement 2 is not correct. So this is the style of preparation as far as UPSC examination is concerned. Dear aspirants, now onwards from 2nd of April, we will go through our preparations having appropriate routine Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So we will take up the prelims, that is as according to the mains examination papers. Monday, that it will be GS paper 1, then GS paper 2, 3 and 4. We will also discuss the most important aspects related to GS paper 4, which is ethics. So that is a unique thing, because in other competitive examinations in our country, you will not find such type of paper, that is ethics GS paper 4. We will also discuss every day the gist of Hindu, because now onwards from April, we should be particular with respect to our preparations. And dear aspirant, you should not think that you have enough time, because time and tide wait for none. So thank you for joining me in such a good number. And I think I'm hopeful that you have enjoyed your Holi. Now you should come all with all your energies to your preparations with respect to the UPSC examination. So thank you. Good night to all of you.